enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe. The game I'm about to play is rated M for mature. Parental guidance is advised. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Drex, and I am going to play a game called South of Midnight. This game is fantastic. Full disclosure, I've already played through the game, so I know what happens in the story. I just wanted to add this to my channel because of how great of a game I thought this game was. I remember seeing the trailer when it was announced, and I said, I got to remember that game when it comes out because it just looked amazing. I just remember her riding the frog through the swamp, or the frog. I just remember her riding the catfish through the swamp, and it just, the art style just caught my eye. And then, like I said, it came out not too long ago, and I played through it, and the story is amazing. And the audio, the music, the voice acting, everything, the combat, fantastic game. The only negative, and I don't even think it's even a negative, is the game is very linear. It doesn't necessarily walk you down a hallway, but it points you in a direction at pretty much all times. I don't see that as a bad thing as long as the combat and the story and everything is fun. I know a lot of people are turned off by stuff like that, that it's not an open world, or a lot of exploring and things like that. I mean, I like games like that too, but there's something to be said about a game that just kind of goes, go that direction, see what happens. So that's kind of what this game is, but it is a fantastic play, and there's a lot of stuff to find in it, a lot of hidden things in the story. As I said, chef's kiss. This is my playthrough of South of Midnight. Before we get started, I just want to remind you of the warning that was at the beginning of this video. If you didn't read that, please go back and read that. There are trigger warnings in this game as far as content, as far as it's a mature game. There's definitely things that might be very sensitive to some people, so please take that in mind. If you are sensitive to things like that, maybe don't watch this video, or look into what those things are before moving ahead with this video. So now that the warnings are out of the way, let's get started. All right, so I'm going to do like I always do. I played through unbalanced. There is no new game plus, so I just figured I'd let you guys know ahead of time that is not a thing, at least not right now. Sometimes game developers will add it later, but that isn't a feature in this game. So I'm gonna go balanced again because it was, I don't want to say it was super difficult. I imagine Grand Weaver and above are probably almost Souls-like difficulty, because balanced wasn't a walkthrough. It wasn't a walk in the park. It was challenging at times. So I'm gonna go with that just because I want to get through the story, and then I think I'll continue my playthrough later on harder difficulties.
Down in the deep south, folks spin tales about the grand tapestry, an invisible weave holding our world together. They say the grand tapestry is torn by folk sorrows, and these damaged threads give rise to them evil spirits called haints.
Haints.
But every great while, a mighty storm brews, awakening a powerful force.
I'm immature, I know.
A weaver, gifted with the power to reach into the past and mend folks' deep wounds. With enchanted hooks in hand, this weaver can banish haints and reweave the tapestry's thread, restoring the land so life can bloom again, fresh and new.
The music in this is amazing. Very New Orleans,
The last weaver
bluesy.
vanished long ago, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
Night of the Flood. There's a lot of
begins deep in
cinematic at the beginning of this.
County, in a speck of a town called Prospero, where the last weaver was last seen.
I love this narrator's voice.
That evening, Hazel's mama was running late, driving home through a storm that seemed hell-bent on drowning the whole South. Meanwhile, our Hazel is packing an emergency box, fixing to evacuate quickly. A hurricane brewing on the horizon, and a mighty big one at that.
Man, I miss singing on the bus with these guys. Wish we had another meet. Another medal, too. We was fast as hell. Mine should be back by now. Probably got sucked into work again. Typical. I shouldn't be doing all this packing by myself. But here I am.
All right, I want to try to be quiet through the cinematics. Like I said, I it's one of the things I really enjoy about games like this that are cinematic. I always felt like Metal Gear Solid, like my reward of all that sneaking around and trying to get to it was the cinematic. So I know a lot of people are just like, skip. I love watching. It's kind of like I get to set my controller down, sit back, and enjoy the next part of the story. So that's how I see it. So I'm going to try to be quiet through that stuff. But you might have noticed the way this animation is. It's everything looks amazing, like the scenery and like I said, the bedroom and everything like that, but her character is like running at 30 frames per second, and it's like kind of reminds me of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, like the way that animation was. It plays so good, but it looks amazing against like something that is at a normal
What's coming with
resolution. But her like motions and her animations are like I said, the only thing I can explain is I got a slower frames per second. It's crazy.
And there goes the flash flood warnings. Like clockwork. I asked Mama for a doll and got this thing instead.
That's Crouton.
No, he's weird looking, but I can't help but love him.
I want to try not to spoil anything. I'd like to do this playthrough without like spoiling too much. Like I said, I played through it. I know the story, and like I said, I love to have the discussion in the comments about like story elements and things like that. But like I said, I don't want to ruin it for anybody else that if they're watching this, if they're watching this to get the story.
She still had that kind of time for me.
This is just getting used to how the character moves and interacts.
Things got tense with Mama last time I visited you at the mausoleum, Dad.
So that's my dad.
Never explain why she and Grandma
His name's
Bunny
Trey.
had blood. I gotta stop reminiscing and start packing, for real.
Yep. Get in this box. Here we go. Cutscene.
It is really picking up out there. You ready to go?
I was over here all alone.
I'm sorry. I know.
Their animations
I
are almost
swung
like
by the shelter because
marionette.
there was a leak in the roof, and then I had to drive folks back and forth to Jolene's to ride out the storm. Besides, you are young and spry, my little track star. Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go. Did you pack everything?
Mama, I'm grown. This ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries. You had the blankets?
Yes, because I have my
Hurricane checklist. Is that a smiley face?
Hey, Hazel, think fast.
Oh, come on, Mama. We don't have room for my track shoes.
You know how expensive those things are. You best find somewhere to pack them.
And pack them light. Yeah, I know.
What'd you say?
I said, and pack them light.
Pack a bag, then pack it light. Hey, pack your bags, then pack them light.
You think this place will still be here? After?
I called Hurricane Lulu and she said we good.
Mama, I'm serious. What if it's different this time?
That's not for you to worry about. And now we got 4 minutes. Did you just suck your teeth in me?
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Waste time?
That's not what I meant. It's just... you left me to prep for a hurricane by myself.
Oh, I thought you was grown.
What if we called up Bunny? and go over there. You know, the mansion with the hurricane-proof windows.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
We are going to Jolene's church with everybody else, like we always do.
Whatever.
And don't roll your eyes at me.
I wasn't even looking at you.
I made those eyes. I know when they rolling.
I just don't understand why we can't go over there. Bunny still can, even if Daddy's dead. Just tell me
Hazel,
why.
please. Just, please, go over to Bo's and Mrs. Pearl's. Check on them. They may need help.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Damn it! No. Your great-grandmother made this.
You never told me that.
I shouldn't have to tell you something is important for you not to break it.
Well, maybe if you did, you still have a coffee mug.
This world existed before I brought you into it, Hazel Flood. Remember that next time you go around thinking you know everything. Hazel! Everything I do for you.
Whatever.
Remember that.
There's no getting through to her. Let me go check on Bo.
I love these two. These characters. Actually, each one of these characters that you run into are memorable, fantastic characters. So
Bo and those damn dogs are always up to something.
this is why I say it's very linear. You hit this button, it tells you where to go. So, and a lot of the times, like the hidden stuff are like the opposite direction of where it tells you to go. So, but like I said, there's still a lot to explore in this game.
Oh, Hazel! Oh, come on in and grab some punch. It is fucked up out here.
But I came here to check on you, but it looks like you're riding this storm out in style.
Oh, yeah. Me and the pups are having a hurricane party. Yep, ain't no storm got me yet. And if things go south, I got my boat. You sure you don't want some punch?
I've gotta go check on Mrs. Pearl.
Hey, it ain't my dogs pooping on her grass. My dogs are gentlemen.
My dogs are gentlemen.
Yes, you are.
Better make sure Miss Pearl's taking this seriously.
My dogs are gentlemen. Yeah, I gotta read some of this stuff. Hazel has lived in Prospero all her life with her mother Lacey. She just graduated high school and is headed off to college in the fall. Trey, Hazel's father and Lacey's husband, Trey Flood, fell in love with Lacey during college. He and Lacey were happily married and had Hazel. Trey died unexpectedly when Hazel was 4. He's buried in a mausoleum near the Flood mansion. Hazel's mother, Lacey, is a social worker in Prospero. She struggles with the trauma she sees on the job. She can't save everyone. She's frustrated with the system and the way it takes time away from Hazel, her little bug, whom she loves deeply. Bo, a former collegiate football player with professional aspirations before a career-ending injury, Bo is a big guy with a heart of gold. He checks in on Mrs. Pearl and Lacey and views Hazel as a little sister. Only thing he loves more than fishing is his dogs. There's a lot of these throughout the game. Prospero, once the site of a bustling industry, Prospero is a dying, hurricane-besieged southern town with a history of strange disappearances. Those who left of their own will did so in search of greener pastures. Many who remain lack the means to seek better. It ends there. Lacey's home. Lacey and Hazel's home in Prospero. So there's a lot of these little nuggets of information. So I'll read as many of those as I can. All right, Bo, calm down. We know you love your dogs. So this is Mrs. Pearl. Before I go in here, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'm gonna point out things that maybe to pay attention to in certain scenes. This one here in particular, there's a windowsill that Hazel goes over and picks up one of the figurines on there. Each one of those figurines represents one of the bosses in this game. Like the 4 or 5 bosses, 6, I don't know how many bosses there are. Each one kind of represents those bosses.
What you doing on my porch and all
Notice there's a
this weather,
spider.
baby?
I'm just
Also.
checking on you, see if you need anything. You holding up okay?
The spider in the background over her shoulder, right there.
Doing this longer than you've been alive. Why don't you come in for a second?
I should probably head back.
Come in, have some gizzards. I'm cooking them all before the power goes out.
I don't want that.
You know I can't say no to your cooking.
I can say no to gizzards.
There's a bee in your bonnet.
Here's the windowsill over there.
Yeah.
Just frustrated with Mama. She stayed late at the shelter and left me all alone.
Lacey does enjoy
It's all like foreshadowing
She could stand a moment's rest.
stuff to come.
Right? She's all over the place all the time.
She's got a good heart. Just wants everyone to be okay all the time, you know?
Yeah, I know. You need some help in there?
Thanks, hon. I'm almost done. What else is on your mind?
What you know about Bunny?
Why you barking up that tree for?
It's hard not
It's
to.
like I feel like everybody
All I remember
knows
somebody talks about her.
Well,
more than I do in this game.
does she ever look in on you?
No, I guess not.
Sometimes people are privy to things that we aren't. Your mama is doing what she thinks is best. Oh, Jesus.
Mama!
Hazel!
She's breaking everybody's shit. It's a huge fence.
Come on!
All right, so this just shows you how to run and jump.
Hang on! I can't lose you too!
But the controls for this game are fantastic. Like I said, it's not without its. Oh wait, hold on. This is important. So check this out. See, I think this is a point in time that's important because that happens right there.
What just happened? How did I get back to the shore?
Hazards such as toxic water and brambles can cause damage. Damage taken is indicated on life bar. Okay, so stuff probably don't need to read. But I would say the platforming is good in this, but it kind of reminds me of the Star Wars game, the Jedi, Fallen Jedi, the first one, where it can be frustrating if you don't hit it just right. This game isn't quite that bad, but every once in a while it has its moments.
It took out the bridge!
Yeah, every once in a while it has its moments where like she just doesn't land right or hit there's wall running later, and if she don't hit it right,
Mama, I'm coming!
you're boned.
I'm gonna make it. God damn it, I can't! I'm not fast enough. I'm always fast enough. What is it?
Bunny's mansion.
Bunny. She's gotta help.
So Bunny is Trey's mom, her dad, so basically her grandmother. Yeah, I know how to do this.
The bridge! Gotta get across.
Ooh, I almost died. That would have been embarrassing. Like, I know how to do this. Tell me your stupid tutorials.
She's always fine during storms.
Dies immediately.
If I can get to her place, she can get help from Mama.
Oh, don't jump. Don't jump. Just go. See? Looks a lot like the figurines you picked up on the windowsill.
must be seeing things.
Like I said, I'm gonna try to let things play out without saying too much, but like I said I will point things out just to
Can't give up now.
just so you can reference. Like it was like the game was foreshadowing the whole entire time.
My mama! We need help! Can anybody hear me? Please!
A lot of these like grandiose set pieces like this where things are flying around and like this. Like a donut's about to fall.
Please hold!
Nevermore. Yeah, let's go into the graveyard. This seems like a great idea.
Hey, Dad. Headed to your old place. Got no other options.
Dad.
I'm scared for Mama. Dad, if you're up there, keep her safe. Gotta go around.
Oh. But I feel like the combat, like I said, we'll get to that a little bit later. The combat reminds me a lot of God of War, the old God of War games, not the newer ones, not the 2018 one, and not Ragnarok, but like the old school God of War 1, 2, and 3. Very similar.
I know y'all in there. Excuse me. You can't just show up unannounced.
I have to talk to Bunny.
Well, she is rested. You're gonna have to come back tomorrow.
It can't wait.
Cutscene.
What is all this racket?
Hey, Grandma?
Is that Hazel? You've gotten taller.
You gotten
Brought you
taller.
something wet to my doorstep this evening.
I told her you were rested, but she just...
Nonsense, Lily. That's my only grandchild down there. What can we do for you?
The trailer got swept downstream with Mama in it, and I
Swept down in the river in that tin can of a home?
tried to catch her, but I couldn't keep up. There's no one in town. I saw the lights on here, and I came for help.
And we will. In the morning.
But you know people. Can you call the sheriff or something?
You know rescue services are paused in the middle of a hurricane, dear.
You're acting like you don't even care.
Mind your tone, please.
She seems
You
nice.
don't understand. It ain't just about Mama. I'm seeing these things. These strands in the air.
You don't just tell people that.
I'm scared.
Strands.
Yeah. Yeah. There is something big out there.
Lily,
Yes, ma'am?
clearly my granddaughter is not in her right mind right now. Afraid for her mother and all. Ready a guest room.
Yes, ma'am.
Poor thing. You've been through a lot tonight. Come sit down for a minute. I'll take care of this.
Mm-hmm. wonder how she made her fall asleep like that.
A dream. What a strange dream. These strands, I've seen them before.
Yep, I know.
Are they saying my name? They're saying my name.
This character is awesome.
What are you doing here? Huh. How interesting.
He's got a great voice too.
Who are you?
That was
What are you
Rue.
doing in my dream?
You don't really see him again until much later in the game.
Hazel? Hazel!
I'm right here. Ma, can you see me?
So this is a lot of where the triggering stuff happens in the game, in these memories. You help people,
Oh God, my
but you see the memories of the worst things they've done in their lives that they keep hidden secret. Some of it is,
I'm right here.
some of it is pretty triggering and pretty dramatic and traumatic, not dramatic.
Ma, wake up. Ma. The trailer. Mama? Oh no. Grandma? Bunny! Lily! We gotta find Mama! Hey, open the door!
So she's starting to see things, starting to see
I guess. The strands are still here.
the
It wasn't
world
my dream.
that's hidden to everybody else, but as a weaver, which she's about to become,
Stuff.
can see
The
these
thing last
things.
night. What's happening?
Oh, Jesus, I almost launched myself off
Sorry,
of.
Grandma locked me in there.
That would have been bad.
All right. How do I get out of here?
Bunny's lounge chair entry. So this is Bunny speaking. When I hold the hooks, I can see hints of strands and stigma flickering at the edge of my vision, but I can neither unravel them nor can I make them tangible. It's infuriating. March 11th, 2003. I have exhausted all frameworks and possibilities. No methodology has brought me closer to controlling the strands, and the hooks refuse to sing to me. The light of my life has still gone dark. Maybe there's another way.
Unraveling stigma. What the hell does that mean? Can Bunny see strands too?
Oh, let's go to the picture first.
I wish you were here, Dad.
I don't get this one. I mean, I do, but now that I know the story, I don't understand why this picture of Trey, her dad, Bunny's son, is in her office.
Does she lock all the doors in here?
Okay.
Is there something behind that shelf?
So she can hear the singing. So Bunny's up to some shit.
Rich people's houses. Those voices are getting louder. There's
'Cause if she
something up here.
If she wasn't, why would she have these in her house? You know what I mean? Those are my primary weapons. So because they're singing to her, they have chosen her to be the next Weaver.
Do these control you?
And from what I understand, a Weaver is somebody that gets called upon to be like the guardian or the caretaker of the land whenever a stigma like this, the evil, grows too much. So their job is to help cleanse the land. To do that, you got to get into the minds of some of the people that, like I said, appear nice when you meet them, but have a deep, dark secret that they did in their past or as a child, or it's like I said, I keep warning. I keep wanting to put that the warning out there. Just like I said, it's some of the stuff can be triggering, and if you're sensitive to it, might not be a good idea to watch the rest of this video or this series.
Not possible. Foot's fine too.
But look how much stigma is around Bunny's house. Like, this is all evil. So remember that.
The hooks are reacting to that thing in the middle.
Yep.
Bunny called it stigma. Do they know what to do?
They do. So that's basically her healing the land.
I don't need you. I never did. And I'm gonna find my mama on my own.
Hazel got no help from her strange grandma. Truth was, she was glad to leave the flood mansion behind. Used to handling things on her own, she set off downriver to find her house and rescue her ma herself. There, magic called to her. A magic she'd felt in her bone, but she had never seen before. And something dark. That old house had hid all manners of odious secrets over the years. Hazel set off to find them all through the hurricane-ravaged land, but her path would lead her to a place haunted by whispers from days of yore.
Other voices, other looms. Chapter 2.
Follow me to find her. There's no one coming out.
All right, that's chapter 1. And it was more tutorial and story and stuff like that. It does pick up chapter 2. I'm going to start learning combat and some of my special powers and stuff like that. So that's coming up. It does ramp up from here. So stay tuned. Like I said, don't judge the game on this first chapter. It's just kind of teaching you how to control her, and that was basically a tutorial. And don't get me wrong, there's more tutorials to come in the next couple of chapters, but it's definitely more action packed in the chapters to follow. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in chapter 2. Later.